Hi everyone, Pastor Lynn here. I'm wanting to share with you today a dream that I had several years ago that I believe is even more relevant today than it was then. I believe that dreams can have layers, and that as time goes by, the Lord brought this to my remembrance, and as time goes by, dreams can evolve, and they can really, the Lord will reveal a different layer that was in that dream that you maybe had not realized it was not for that time, but it's for such a time as this. And so I want to share that dream with you today. Several years ago, during the Obama administration, I had a dream uh, about judgment coming to America, and it was all because of this deal that Barack Obama had made with Iran. You all remember the Iranian deal. So, in the dream, I had the opportunity to share this dream with Anita Fuentes. She had invited me onto her radio broadcast. I was able to share it to the world, with the world, um, through that venue. And Anita Fuentes, if you don't know her, she is an awesome woman of God. She is in Watchman on the Wall, and her you can catch her on YouTube. Just look under Anita Fuentes, and it'll show you all the wonderful work she does. And boy, is she just an amazing watchman on the wall. The Lord is really using her. She invited me on her show and on her program, and was so privileged to be on there. And I'm going to share with you this dream now so that I can share with you some insight that the Lord has recently given me about that dream. In the dream, I was in a house, and there was a dirt road in front of our home, and then across the street I could see another house. The door opened. I went outside to watch my children. Excuse me, to watch my children go down the street, and I see a woman coming. The neighbor across the street. I see a woman opening her front door. She catches my eye immediately because she is absolutely stunning. She has an amazing updo. She looks like a bride. She's not wearing white. She's wearing close to that, but it was like an ivory color. She is, I mean, the gown is gorgeous. It is beautiful. I mean, intricately made. And she, like I said, has this updo. She looks like she is Persian. And she is dressed in a Persian looking wedding gown. I come to her and I approach her and I say, "Wow, you look beautiful. Are you going to a Persian wedding?" And she looks off into the distance and she's preoccupied. She's looking for something. And she says, yes. And that's all she says. Well, at that moment, I look and I see the groom. And the groom is dressed in the same color. It's like an ivory. Um, he is dressed, he has some sort of Middle Eastern turban on his head. He is decked out, and it is a Middle Eastern sort of garb, some sort of Persian. Looks, I don't know why I kept, thinking it was Persian, but it's in from that region. I can just tell from the style. The only thing that's peculiar with him that's funny is actually he has a very bad orange tan. Very bad tan. And it's orange. It's like a spray tan. But like way too orange. And I look at him and I ask him, are you going to a Persian wedding? And he ignored me. He just didn't talk to me or say anything. He did not respond. But he looked preoccupied. His brother then comes. He's also dressed. It looks like he is going to that wedding. He's dressed in the same sort of fashion, not as decked out, a little bit more mellow, but still, it's pretty striking. And he asks this groom, he says to him, why do you, are you dressed this way? Why are you looking like this? Again, I don't know why he would say that, because he's obviously going to the same wedding, although he is not decked out like the groom and bride. He is a little bit more, you know, reserved in his dress. However, the groom does respond to him, and he says, "They want me to look this way." And so I thought that was, in the dream, I just was curious. Well, why? So as I look back, I'm looking to see where my kids are, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a flash. I see a light. And then I turn that way, and I'm about to say, well, that's weird. But before I could say this, from that pulse, it's this light that's kind of a flash. I hear it kind of go like that. And all of a sudden, before I can respond to, wow, that's strange, a mushroom cloud emerges. It just becomes this huge mushroom cloud. And then, in front of that cloud, I see suspended in the air an angel of the Lord. He's looking up. He has golden hair. He has a tunic on that is like a kind of like silk, but like a satin silk. And he, of course, has a belt, not a kind of like not a sash, but a rope belt of some sort. Like, I mean, he's absolutely breathtaking. But his head is up like this. He's looking up. His stance is this, and then his arms are extended like this, palms up, and he is looking up like this. And just the way I told you, with his arms extended like this, palms up. I have seen that before in other dreams, and it's a judgment stance. It's a judgment posture. And he is, the orange that is coming out of that nuclear bomb, is reflecting off of his gown, off of his tunic, and his hair. And I was like, kids! I call out to the children, and before I know it, my feet have left the earth. My feet have left the ground. I can see the imprint of my feet in the dust of the ground, and I am ascending. I look across the horizon. I see lights, thousands of them. And I see that I know them to be other people. So I assume that it's the coming of the Lord. I say, Jesus is coming. Oh my goodness. In the dream, I'm like, Jesus, he's coming at this time. However, I don't see him at that moment. I can only take this as meaning that I either died during that nuclear bomb, or Jesus has come and he has taken us in the twinkling of an eye. The dream ends. So when I was on the Anita Fuentes program, I knew it. I didn't know anything politically, first of all, that was going on. But then after I had this dream, I did look it up. I did, because I felt that the interpretation, before I even knew anything politically, the interpretation was that we had made a marriage with, there was a marriage that had taken place with the Persian Empire and us. And when I looked at the news, it was Barack Obama had made a deal, the Iranian deal, and felt that there was going to be, this was going to open the door eventually to a nuclear war. I didn't know when, but I knew Iran had something to do with it. I knew the brother probably to be England or Canada. The reason I say I leaning towards Canada is because the guy did not have an accent. He spoke English like we do. Well, I didn't understand the spray tan. That's always been a mystery to me. If it was Barack Obama, then the guy would have been black. Or it would have been the face of Barack Obama. I did not understand the spray tan. A few days ago, as I was praying and meditating, the Lord brought this dream to my remembrance. And I remembered. I remembered the spray tan. And I remembered that the Trump coin, and I remembered that Cyrus was the king of Persia, and that Trump has a very bad tan. He is orange. There was a marriage that took place. Really, there is. Israel wants Trump to be Cyrus. They are equating him. They are making him and saying that he is King Cyrus, present day. And they even on the back of the coin is the third temple. I saw a nuclear bomb. I did. And I thought it was coming from the north. At that time, I felt it was. But now, when I look at the dream, I'm not saying it changed. I just think that it's also relevant. It could be the north, it could be the east. But there is a nuclear bomb that I feel is in the future, in the close future. And I believe the bride could have been Israel, but I tend to believe also that it had a lot to do with Iran. This is the layers that I'm talking about. And I wanted to share this dream with you because I believe it is relevant to today. We are closer than ever. This dream has another level. And in that dream, I believe this guy was Donald Trump being married into what the Jewish people want him to be, and that is Cyrus, the Persian king. And so this has angered many nations. I don't know what's going to come about. I'm a watchman on the wall, but I also am very, there's a lot we just don't know. I want us to be prayerful about this, and please know that our ears, if you have ears, I say it every time I broadcast, well, almost every time, and that is to those who have ears, let them hear. We need to pray. We need to pray for the lost. We need to pray for a church that is still asleep and is not without stain or wrinkle. We need to pray that we be the prudent virgins that had extra oil. Draw close to the Lord in this hour. Jesus is coming soon. But I did see a nuclear bomb, and I see it now these days. After these years since I've had the dream, we are closer than ever, and it will affect America. So please be prayerful. Look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. Jesus is coming. God bless you all. Thanks for letting me share. Please like and share if you like this video, and like this video if and subscribe to this channel if you want to hear more videos. God bless you. Bye.